La Guerra Mundial ha sido terrible, lo que a su vez le da más autoridad a la hora de expresar sus ideas. Y con esto me refiero al profesor judío Norman Finkelstein, que habla de cómo piensa que hubieran reaccionado sus padres a lo que sucede en Gaza. No se lo pierdan.
You are the son of two people who survived the Holocaust, who were both in concentration camps. You're a Jewish man, and you know how incendiary that Substack has proven to be with Jewish people around the world, many of whom have felt this is the nearest thing to the Holocaust of World War II that they've endured. What your parents went through, being revisited on them in these kibbutzes on October the 7th. What do you feel about them? I mean, how would your parents have felt about you literally on the day that this happened, talking about heroic resistance, talking about that you will never begrudge the scenes, the stars in heaven are looking kindly down, glory, glory, the souls of Gaza go marching on. How would your parents have felt about that, coming out of concentration camps, surviving the Holocaust of World War II?
Well, first of all, anything I write, I have my parents looking at the screen behind me over my shoulders, in a metaphorical sense. I am very conscious every moment of my existence. Every moment of my existence goes back to the martyrdom of my family. So it's not as if suddenly you're posing a question to me that never occurred to me. Quite the contrary, I do need, even 30 years after their death, I need the moral validation that came from my parents' martyrdom and the extermination of their family. How would my parents have reacted? My guess is if on the first day they heard that inmates in a concentration camp burst its gates, I think my parents would be very pleased at that fact. As the events became clearer, my guess, but this is pure speculation, my guess is my parents would go out with their hearts, would go out to those who burst the gates of the concentration camp and whose lives were destroyed. Now you will say to me, completely legitimately, you would say, well, what would your parents feel about the innocents who were slaughtered in the atrocities on that date? So I'm going to give you as close an answer as I could give, as I'm able to. I once asked my late mother, I said to her, what was your feeling when you heard that the German cities were being terror bombed during World War II? The carpet bombing of the German cities targeting civilians. What was your feeling? And my mother's response to me was, quote, our feeling was, if we're going to die, we're going to take some of them with us. Now that's not the most morally elevated statement. I agree. And do I wish my mother had and my father had a heightened sensitivity to German civilian life? I suppose I would wish it. But I will tell you, Piers, to the last day of my parents' life, it was unthinkable that they would have a kind word to say about Germans. And it was unthinkable that I would ever quarrel with them on that point.
Okay.
I accepted that given their life experience, they had the right to hate the people who destroyed their lives.
Okay.
And the people
Professor
of
Finkelstein.
Gaza have the right to hate the people who destroyed their lives.
Professor Finkelstein.
El propio mandatario español, Pedro Sánchez, hizo declaraciones que no fueron para nada bien tomadas por Israel.
el derecho de Israel a defenderse, pero ojo, debe hacerlo dentro de los parámetros y limitaciones impuestos por el derecho humanitario internacional. Y este no es el caso. La matanza indiscriminada de civiles inocentes, incluyendo miles de niños y niñas, es totalmente inaceptable. La violencia solo conducirá a más violencia. Tenemos que sustituir la violencia por esperanza, por paz. Y esto es precisamente algo que le trasladé ayer al presidente Herzog y al primer ministro Netanyahu.
El propio Benjamín Netanyahu salió al cruce de estas declaraciones.
They say everyone is a target. These girls in a music festival, these women, they're targets. Babies, they're targets. Old people.